Welcome to Coaching for Creatives with Kirsten. My name is Kirsten Call. I'm a therapist-trained life coach and a children's book author. Together, we'll get the drama out of our lives and onto the page. Let's get started. You are listening to episode 118, Finding Joy Through Challenges. Today, I am going to do something I have never done on the podcast. I am going to interview some very special people, my parents, David and Michelle Erickson. So you both are cheerful and happy, and life has not been perfect. So you've managed to have a beautiful life through all the tough things that happen. I want to know what your secret is. How do you stay cheerful in the face of struggles and challenges?
I guess the honest response is I don't always stay cheerful through challenges. I mean, I have times when I feel really sad, but they don't last. And I think part of what helps me is my understanding that life wasn't intended to be easy. And I expect things to be hard. And I think part of the challenge that sometimes we have is we think, well, this shouldn't be happening to me, or we resist the difficulty. And when we remove the resistance and accept that things are going to be difficult sometimes, that takes away some of the pain. And also, doing some emotional first aid is something else that I do.
I love that idea of we're always going to have hard times, so we just have to decide what we do with it, right? How about you, Dad? What's your answer to this question?
Well, I think the most important thing to me has been to count my blessings, to recognize that in spite of the difficult things that have faced me and my family, I always have more to appreciate. One of the things especially that I've appreciated is the love and support of family members. And Michelle has been such a wonderful partner in supporting me and my goals and activities. And I, in turn, feel like part of being cheerful is recognizing that that's a large part of what has attracted me to her over the many years that we've lived together, is her basic cheerful personality. Also, I have a hobby that I've enjoyed for many years, and that is birding. So being out in nature and recognizing what a blessing it is to be able to enjoy without even seeing a bird at times. That's been, I think, very instrumental in helping me have an outlook that's essentially cheerful.
Thank you. I love those answers. What are some concrete ways that you take care of yourself so that you are capable and able to feel cheerful and the joy through all of the struggle?
First of all, I agree with David that a really good strategy is to shift your focus, because you can't really focus on more than one thing at a time. And to shift your focus to something that's going well in your life can be good. But there are times in all of our lives, I think, when things are hard and it's really very, very difficult to shift focus. And I think when we find ourselves in a funk, when we don't even have the desire to shift our focus, I think that's when we need to approach ourselves with a great deal of love and compassion. And instead of saying something like, why are you like this? Blah, 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 and beating ourselves up, I think that's the time to come in and hold ourselves gently the way we would hold a hurting child, and offer ourselves love and support and compassion. Because when we are hurting, that's a wounded part of us that is coming up. And woundedness doesn't just take care of itself by wishing it away or getting after ourselves or giving ourselves a pep talk. Sometimes we just need to acknowledge the wounds and to love ourselves through the wounds and to give ourselves the emotional support that we need, so that then that acts as a bridge towards shifting our focus and getting back to a cheerful state.
Mom, this is exactly the kind of thing I was hoping you would say. And I knew that you would, which is why I'm so happy to have you on the podcast today. So my parents came to visit after several years, and we hadn't seen them here in our house for a while. And unfortunately, Mom came with COVID. You can probably hear a little bit in her voice. And I cannot express how impressed I am with how cheerful she's been. Despite the fact that she has COVID. She has been so much fun to be around. It's kind of ironic because I already had decided to talk about having joy through challenges with them before they came. And then I just witnessed it, this little microcosm of it, this whole weekend.
Thank you, Kirsty. It's been a joy to be with you.
Okay, Dad. So what's your answer to this question? What concrete things do you do to find joy through the challenges?
Well, I think the most important thing is that I believe in God and I pray and feel like I communicate with Him and He brings me peace. I think that's one direction that He's helped me find is to be in nature. And I find my connection strengthened through appreciating what He has created. And this is an anchor in my life.
That's beautiful. Okay, one last question. Is there anything that you want to add, either of you?
I just think it's really important to remember kindness. And most of us are kind to other people and maybe not as kind to ourselves. And by saying that, I don't mean make excuses for bad behavior, but being kind to us in our distress so that we are comforted and so that we are strengthened through our own efforts. And also, I would agree with David. You know, I believe in divine help, which I certainly have experienced in my life. The sense that, yeah, this is really hard, but I'm not in this alone. God is with me. Helps shift the perspective to gratitude rather than despair.
I guess I would add, when I feel most distressed, I recognize that I'm focusing on myself and reaching out. When I find myself self-absorbed in distress and reach out, then I find the joy again in serving and loving and caring for others.
Both of you, thank you so much for those wise and insightful answers. And it's exactly what I was hoping to hear from you. Until next week, keep smiling. If you like what you've heard, check out my Get Yourself Unstuck program. Go to KirstenCall.com. That's KirstenCall.com and schedule a free consultation today. Coaching for Creatives is produced by Kirsten Call. Music and audio engineering by James Call.